Shall we begin? Let's begin now. Shall we begin?
Aloha everyone, this is Stephanie with the Whispering Dragonfly coming to you with your pick a card reading of what is going on in this connection. Pile 1 is on the left, pile 2 is in the middle, and pile 3 is on the right. Please do make your selection now. If you need to pause the video, do so at this time and use your intuition. Aloha everyone, this is a beautiful pick a card about what is going on with your connection. So we are using the Heavenly Bodies Astrology deck. We'll do some Lemurian, Beyond Lemuria cards in the Good Tarot to check in with this. So let's just look. We got, and thank you guys so much. Thank you for liking, sharing, subscribing, hitting that bell button. I love that. We're just going to get right on into your reading. If you want a one-to-one reading or mentorship with me, I do have an upcoming soul sessions that includes, I'm in partnership with one of my most beloved people who is a fantastic artist. So we're going to be doing both one-to-one readings with me and then an art piece soul session from him. Okay, so here we go. All right, so what is going on with your connection? So we have 3 signs here. We have Scorpio. These cards are so beautiful. It says intensity, exposing, purging, and renewing. We have Aries. Independent, bravery, and passion. And then we have Taurus, which is trust, patience, and sensuality. So beautiful. This particular connection feels very intense, and I feel like both parties in this situation are really beautiful. You may have Scorpio, Aries, or Taurus placements in your chart. You don't have to. It's just the energies that are showing up. But I feel like you're both fiercely independent, and at the same time there's this intensity that happens between you. And I feel like for some of you that there is a bit of because this Scorpio energy is a death and rebirth, so there's this purging quality that's happening. So I feel like between the two of you, it's like this intense magnetism, but then you trigger the other, okay? But there is this trust, patience, and sensuality. So I feel like where ordinarily you wouldn't too much be willing to be patient with someone if they triggered you, this particular connection seems deeper. It's on a higher level. If you guys are into the twin flame story or soulmate, I call it spiritual flames because I like that terminology a little bit better. But this is a highly spiritual connection that is meant to expose some truth. And so you may have been feeling that, okay? Our Beyond Lemuria card is, oh, we just dropped something here. So a little bit of chaotic energy sort of presented, and that's okay because chaos works. All right, we have She of the Lotus. It says shadow work, addressing dissonance, seeing downfalls as the flip side of superpowers, loving yourself back to wholeness, the beautiful lotus that grows from murky waters, disempowering triggers, bringing light into your dark corners. Okay. So this is a connection that does trigger, but you are learning in this connection. I feel for many of you that you may be in separation physically or not talking, or if you are living together, that there's like an emotional separation that's happening right now, but you are about to come back together into a new sense of wholeness. This particular relationship has been brought together so that you can learn and grow, and that you can explore yourself and really surrender to love, okay? And so it's really teaching you both how to be independent, whole and complete as an individual, but also in your partnership, okay? It's a beautiful partnership. You guys both, what they're saying is you have a extreme amount of love for one another. And it's just that it's like, because it's such a triggering and opening relationship, sometimes that feels a little bit much. You know, you can feel exposed at times. All right. We're getting okay. Getting the tarot out here. Oh, and these are read only. It's the good tarot, so we're only reading these in the uprights. Okay. Beautiful. We have 5 of Earth here. So yeah, what is being exposed may be some abandonment from the past, or learning how to move into the future in a new way, because you have 5 of Earth and 7 of Earth. Okay. So that Taurus placement that is showing up, because we have the Earth signs again, is about that patience and sensuality. What you invest in will grow fruit, okay? So this connection does very much feel like it will grow fruit, but it is one that is of intensities, okay? It is bringing up some childhood wounds. And that's okay. Now, I would say never stay with anybody who's being abusive or toxic or anything like that. This is not what this relationship is. This is a relationship that is causing you to grow. If you're in a situation that's back and forth in a toxic way, or someone's being abusive, move on, okay? But this particular relationship does bring up some triggers, but it's for your growth. It's opening you up to learn how to invest in yourself first, what you really want out of a relationship. It's again, highly spiritual. 7s are a highly spiritual number. And spiritual doesn't mean easy always. It can be a bit challenging as you're working through your own situations. But we also have 7 of Waters, which 7 of Cups. So we have choice here, okay? So you are at choice in this relationship. You may have choice of other people as well, but this feels to me like, it's interesting. This feels to me like, in this connection, choosing how you want to express your emotions, because you have a whole range and scale of your emotions, and we have Page of Air here. So there is communication that's opening up, albeit it may be a little bit small, okay, or seemingly immature, but there's truth in it, okay? The air signs bring truth, and this is this beautiful angel, okay? So if you have not been in connection, because we also have the Tower here, if you have not been in communication, this is separation and no communication, expect the unexpected is what Spirit is telling me, because we also have the Page of Water next. So this is, your person has definitely been dreaming about you, thinking about you, has strong emotions for you, but they're immature in how they express them, but they do want to express them, okay? So for those of you who have been out of communication with your person, they are absolutely wanting to move into communication again. They really love you. It's a dream kind of love. They think of you in a very dreamy way, but they're having a hard time to express how they feel about you, because both of you have been independent for so long that you're learning how to be interdependent. You're learning how, not codependent, interdependent, meaning that you build one another up and you bring out the best in one another, and that is what's moving forward. I feel like in this particular connection, there is a need to resolve the dissonance, so moving towards harmony. So where can you, because they're saying that sometimes we can be very stubborn in our ideas. All 3 of these signs, Scorpio, Aries, Taurus, so the influences of how your relationship relates to one another are very stubborn signs. Though they flow, they're very independent and in very different ways. And so how can you work together? This would be an occasion to think of It's me and my beloved against the problem, not me and my beloved against each other. So when the trigger comes up, it's time to find the solution. The problem and solution are not on the same disc. So this is an opportunity to think differently and to love differently in such a way that you can move forward. So while you're in no communication, think about, this is a time of reflection. So think about, how would I rather communicate with my beloved? How would I rather communicate with myself? How would I rather feel about myself? Because I think sometimes separately, you're both extremely confident, okay? Separately. But together, sometimes when you're relating, it can feel like those insecurities come up because we have those Scorpio vibes, okay? And so there's an intensity, there's an exposure that happens, okay? But it's really necessary. And the thing is, what they're saying is like, you are so well loved in this connection. So if you have not been in communication, do expect them to communicate with you. I'm going to try to keep these a little bit shorter today. Do expect them to communicate with you. This is a divine connection. This is a connection that is here to help you to grow, to become that lotus out of the mud. So if it's been a little bit challenging, and like I said, if something does not continue to grow, you move on. You don't stay in a toxic situation. That's not what I'm talking about here. So what we are talking about is a relationship that both parties have had some hard times in the past, and now you're learning how to relate to one another. So sometimes that means you can butt heads a little bit because you're very strong energies independently. You guys are powerhouses by yourself. Now you're learning how to work together, and you will be like a power couple after you get these energies sorted. But right now you're in a period of coming into harmony. So do know that you are loved. Do know that this is a destined union if you choose to make it so, because there is a lot of love here. So remember to have trust. There's plenty of passion here, so no need to worry about that. So this particular connection is all about growth. So good on you. Expect to hear from them if you are in a situation where there's not communication. If you are living together or communicating, but it's been a little bit emotionally distant, that's going to come back round, and rather unexpectedly. And so whatever they offer you, what truth or communication, it may seem like a little bit, but they're really being brave to come forward to you, okay? So thank you, group 1. That's what I have for you, and until next time, aloha. Aloha, group 2. Okay, so this is what is going on with your connection, all right? So let's have a look. We're looking at the Heavenly Bodies Astrology to start, and we'll use Beyond Lemuria and the Good Tarot as well. All right, so thank you guys for liking, sharing, subscribing. Hit that old bell button, and let's get right on into it. So we have Leo, this energy. Self-confidence, loyalty, and creativity. We have Virgo's energy. Integrity, reverence, and service. We have Libra. Consideration, fairness, and harmony. And we have Chiron. We have hurt and heal. Okay, beautiful. So, in this connection, you could have Leo, Virgo, or Libra placements, one or the other or both, in your connection. So this is beautiful. I feel like this connection has been going through a time of healing. So some of you, if you're wanting to know what's going on with the connection, we have just come out of Chiron retrograde, which Chiron is the wounded healer. Chiron is the wounds that we're born with that then become our strengths, what we teach others, okay? And I feel like this connection is really rather beautiful. Both parties have extreme integrity. You are both super considerate, super fair. Even if it doesn't feel like it, if you've had some scuffles because of the Chiron influence, because if that wasn't there, I'd be like, man, this is bang on, you know, like, because it's a very beautiful energy that's flowing. Because we have earth, air, and fire present. And so there's the self-confidence that's here. But I feel like where Chiron is coming up is in the area of self-confidence, is in the area of, you know, harmony, consideration, is in the area of integrity. So I feel like ordinarily you guys are extremely considerate, extremely confident and loyal. And I feel like that is what Spirit's saying, is get back to the soul of who you are individually and the soul of the relationship, because this is those of you who chose pile 2, you're really beautiful people in general, like very, very sweet, and this connection is very, very sweet. There is a lot of, they're showing me the reverence card. There is a lot of reverence. I feel like even in your hurt, I feel like you're still respectful to one another. You're still trying to communicate in a way that is beautiful to one another. Like, even it feels like, even if there's been a fight or something of that sort, it's still rather fair, okay? The advice here from Beyond Lemuria is throat chakra, so express your truth. So you guys may have been in a position as of late to start speaking up what your truth is, how you're feeling. Because I feel like you, this connection, that you have great respect for one another. I feel like sometimes you don't say what you need to say. That if you've been feeling disappointed for some reason, or if, you know, you want more. Okay, because I feel like for many of you who chose pile 2, the reason you're asking about the connection is because you want more. Something's gone stale, or it's not going the way you want, or the level of commitment isn't the way that you want it to be. And what they're saying is you can have that. It's just time to speak up about it. So they're taking into consideration here that you guys have been going through a process with Chiron. You've been going through a healing process of those old childhood wounds. So I would also ask the question, when your partner relates to you, or if they go silent or ghost, or if they're just not as communicative as you'd like them to be, or they're communicating in a way that doesn't seem like their natural character, ask yourself, am I talking to my beloved, or am I talking to their wounded inner child? Okay, who's talking to me right now? So if you can step back from your emotions for a moment, which I feel like this group, you guys can do that. It's a very self-reflective and like higher group. Like, I'm having a lot of pressure right behind my shoulders and moving up into the throat chakra area. So I feel like where there's been some blockages back there, it's time to express, okay? And you can express things in a way that is mature. You can express things in a way that says, let me take my emotions out of the equation for a moment and see what's going on with my partner. You know, what's happening for you? Who am I communicating with? Like, how are you feeling right now? Are you feeling like you? Because they showed me like the commercial with Betty White. Oh, God rest her soul. Like, in the football game, and where the dude became Betty White, like Betty White was the grouchy one, and it was so funny. It's like, you're not yourself when you're hungry, okay? Or you're not yourself when you're going through a Chiron phase that is really overwhelming, okay? Let's get some tarot and go a little bit deeper. What's going on with this connection, Spirit? This is the good tarot. We read uprights only in this deck here. More. There we go. Cool. So we have 8 of water. So that's 8 of cups and 5 of fire. So 5 of wands. Some of you may have chosen to walk away from one another for a moment, because the 8 of water, 8 of cups means you're walking away from a situation, you're going on a journey, or some of you may have to actually travel to one another. Even though there's treasure, even though you are still very much in love. There may have been some disagreements. Sometimes the Five of Fire, see, it's interesting because Five of Fire speaks of creativity and training. Originally, Five of Wands had to do with training one another for battle. And this has to do with conflict often. So you may have had a bit of conflict, but this particular Five of Fire looks like there is a change in the creativity because we've got those butterflies there. So there's transformation happening. So where you may have had a scuffle or have chosen to walk away, because I feel like this is this group's a little split. Like some of you are with your person already and are just learning how to manage, like where's it going next. Others of you may be in no contact or have just broken up. We're in Venus retrograde while I'm filming this, though it's a timeless reading, but if you're watching it right now, Venus retrograde and Mercury retrograde, so communication can be a lot off right now. So, excuse me, I just got a little bit of indigestion. So I feel like there's some truths, again, throat chakra, that need to be expressed. Because we have Queen of Earth. Queen of Earth is pre-Empress energy. This is a card of Capricorn. It's a very beautiful energy of abundance, fertility, philanthropy. Again, this connection is beautifully generous. Beautifully, like, wholesome in a lot of ways, okay? It's like a really gorgeous energy. And I feel like the feminine in this group is going through a transformation because there's a white butterfly on that Queen of Earth. So whoever identifies as the feminine, male or female matters not, it's the feminine energy, is going through a transformation, a glow up of sorts, learning to express, okay? Where the masculine may have walked away for a moment or gone on a trip or, oh, they're saying voyage. But this glow up is appropriate because you're coming into your power and authenticity here. We have Seven of Fire, which is Seven of Wands. So some of you may be a little bit on the defense, but Seven of Wands says that even though things may be chaotic around you, you're going to stay magical. You're going to stay in your power. You're going to stay in your beauty, okay? And what they're showing me is really this unicorn. Like, this is a unicorn of a relationship. So while, and it has the dragonflies on there as well. So spirits really, how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 7 dragonflies on here. So there's truth being revealed to you in this connection. And I would say too, I feel like this isn't the traditional meaning of that card, but what they're showing me is a different deck where like she's like in a meditation bubble and there's one wand that can get through. And so I feel like let it be about you and your partner, not what everybody else thinks about you and your partner. I feel like it's not in the card specifically, but Spirit's showing me that for a good portion of you, there's some outside connections and opinions about your partner that's affecting your relationship, okay? And so whether that be well-meaning friends, I've been that well-meaning friend at many times where, you know, you're just sensing the energy, but that could put somebody off. I've had well-meaning friends not like one of my partners, you know, there's family members who do that. At the end of the day, you're relating to your partner and you get to decide who and what you allow, okay? And so for the time being, I would say really treasure and protect your partnership. Okay, let it be the two of you, or however many, because there's all different types of connections these days, okay? But the connection you're thinking about, okay, let it be the two of you and not so much what everybody else's opinions are. I mean, because I feel like you guys are balanced and fair already, but I do feel like there's some outside forces that may be affecting the clarity of your communication, okay, and the clarity of your own choices. And it's time to express your truth here. We have the Three of Earth as well. Three of Earth says, that's the Three of Pentacles. It's beautiful. It says you guys work together amazingly well. Everything's going to work out for your benefit. This beautiful person on here looks like an absolute goddess, okay? And that's with the throat chakra here. So it's like everything's going to work out if you tell the truth. Everything's going to work out if you express yourself, group 2. So it's important for you to express yourself to your beloved. And I feel like, you know, allowing them to express back to you. But this feels more like you to them. There's something that's been on your chest that you need to tell them. And it's important that you do that. And I feel like you've been a little bit scared. Let's see what this says. Yeah, you have Seven of Air, which is Seven of Swords. Okay, so you've been a little bit worried about some things, you know. It's almost like you've been trying to be a little bit strategic about how to speak up, because there's some feelings that maybe haven't been expressed all the way. There's some wants and needs that you have that haven't been fully expressed. And what Spirit's saying is it's all going to work out. So tell your truth. It's really okay. Like, get those lines of communication coming open, group 2, because you are absolutely beautiful, this couple. And I do feel like it's going to go somewhere. And you guys are already communicating spiritually, but it's bringing it from the spirit into the physical world. And this is also a 7. So 7s may be a real amazing number for this connection. 7, 7, 7, 7. 7 is the seer of truth, the psychic, okay? Very intuitive, spiritual connection that you have. So tell the truth with one another, okay? It looks good. It looks like there's healing that's going to occur here. You love each other very much. So what's going on here is that you need to treasure and guard your own connection, and really be in it together. Yeah, they said wrap it up. Okay, so that's all I have for you. Thank you so much, and until next time. Aloha, group 3. This is Stephanie with the Whispering Dragonfly, and this question today is what is going on with your connection? Okay, so whoever your person is that you have in mind, please do like, share, subscribe, hit that old bell button. All those things help my channel to grow and expand. So let's go ahead and get to it, group 3. We are going to start with the Heavenly Bodies Astrology, and then we'll use Beyond Lemuria and the Good Tarot. Okay, so we have Pluto, which is transform. There's a transformation occurring in this connection. Beautiful. Man. We have the Sun. Gorgeous. Self-expression and embodied truth. And it's also, you know, the Sun is, I feel like, because this transform here with Pluto, Scorpio is ruled by Pluto. And so that's death and rebirth. Okay? It feels like you're rebirthing out of a time where it may have been a little bit complicated in your relationship, into the Sun. So there's illumination happening. The Sun in the tarot deck is like the happiness. It's the greatest connection. It's the greatest card in the deck, if you will. Okay, and I love how this is this beautiful heart that is covered in flowers. It has like a flower haku and a flower growing out of it. And that is simply beautiful. Like you're blossoming. So this connection is blossoming. For some of you, I feel like you may not have entered into actually being in partnership yet. That's going to be for a small percentage of you. So for some of you, it's a crush, and it feels like it's going to be illuminated and move into something new. We have Gemini here. So you could be dealing with a Gemini, Scorpio, Leo's energy is present. Doesn't have to be, but that's just who showed up. We have curiosity, intellect, and networking. So it's beautiful. Like this connection feels really, really good. It feels like there's a lot of curiosity, a lot that you don't know yet, even if you do know each other very well. For those of you, you may have met them at like a networking event. They're showing me the butterflies here. So this is a very transformative connection. Okay, we have house 3 as well. And this says early learning, childhood relations, the rational mind, and communication. Okay, so it feels like there is a lot of communication that's wanted. So those of you who have been in relationship and you are out of communication with your person that you're thinking of, you're about to come into communication, because with Gemini and this house 3 and the sun, there's expression that's happening. So that's the big thing, is what's coming in this communication. What's happening here is that they definitely want to communicate with you. I feel like you want to communicate with them. There's truth that needs to open up. I'm feeling like from the other side, so your person's side, that they really want to communicate to you. They're kind of gearing up. Somebody started like a weed eater, like as I said that. So they're gearing up there. Yeah. We have freedom, and it has a dragonfly. Okay. So there's freedom coming in for you. This is freedom of expression. Some of you who your person may have been partnered with someone already, and so they weren't fully single. Now they're going to be open and able to partner with you, group 3. So this connection, so they're showing me like multiple scenarios for this third connection, but the main situation is that you feel free to communicate with one another, and it's going to feel very freeing to come out of this sort of darker, confused energy and move into the beautiful like sunshine and curiosity. Okay. It feels like there is a need to communicate, and that is going to happen. So where somebody's been caught up in a previous relationship, because it also has like a spider web on the eyes on this dragonfly. And so dragonflies take you through the realm of illusion. They take you into your spiritual walk, okay? So really beautiful. Let's get some tarot and see what's going on with this connection for group 3. It's really great. I feel like if your person sort of ghosted or got quiet on you, it's because they were going through a transformation, a death and rebirth cycle. And so they're going to be coming back up for air, it looks like. Yeah, okay. Nice. May want one more on that one. Okay. Nice. So we have Page of Earth, which is the Page of Pentacles. I do feel like communication is coming in. Now, it may not seem like much. It might be small. Pages are children or immature energy. But they bring messages, okay? So this person may message you on social media or something. It might seem small. It might be like a, hey, how are you? But I feel like for those of you who just have a crush or haven't been talking to your person, they're going to message you. Okay, we have the sun here with the 7 of Earth. So what you have been investing in, Spirit's saying that in this connection, you have been investing in and choosing whether or not you want to truly be with this person, what you want out of relationships. Like it feels like you've been in a really reflective period in your life, choosing what is going to be best for you. And Spirit's saying that you are absolutely coming into that amazing energy. So the sun, like what you invest in grows in this relationship, okay? However you invest grows. So if you invest in insecurity, insecurity grows. If you invest in love, harmony, communication, all of that grows, okay? So it's on you how this connection continues to flow, okay? We have 10 of Air, which is 10 of Swords. So again, where you weren't communicating before, now you're about to. So there's curiosity, networking. I do feel like with this person, they may have been asking about you. Let's see, 8 of Air. Yeah, they've been a little bit in their head about this, but they're wanting to come forward to you as the King of Fire, King of Wands. They're wanting to come forward as in their power, with love to give you, with passion to give you, okay? They're super curious about you. For those of you that it's just a crush, do know that they have been thinking about you. They've been going through some things. They've kind of been stabbed in the back previously in their life, but they are moving into a higher level of curiosity. They're wanting to come towards you. They're just in their head. It's really funny of just how the distraction started, like while we started up on your particular reading. Okay, so super crazy. I think they may be doing my lawn. I don't know. That'll be a nice surprise if they are. Okay, so sorry for the noise. Hopefully this cancels it out some, but it got real loud there for a second. We have house 3 with Queen of Water. So your intuition is really stepping up. They see you, male or female matters not. They see you as a beautifully emotionally secure. They see you as being just a god or goddess. They see you as just being like beautifully in your power, but soft and emotional. Spirit's also saying in this connection, what's going forward, the advice for you is to use that rational mind with your emotions. The Queen of Water is in control of her emotions. She is balanced. She is able and ready to be in a relationship, but she doesn't just gush out all of herself. It's a very nurturing connection. Okay. So it does feel like there's a need for you to balance your emotions here, but you're doing it. And that's really beautiful because there are some, with this house 3 early learnings and childhood relations, there's childhood type of emotions coming up. As this is being filmed, it's a timeless reading, but if you're watching it right now, it's Venus retrograde, Mercury retrograde. We just finished up Chiron retrograde. So there's been a lot of early childhood type of purging and clearing that has happened. And we're at freedom, okay? Freedom from 3 of Water. So where there was, which is the 3 of Cups, where there was kind of heartbreak or feeling of dismay, okay? Where that was, because this is a much softer 3 of Water, you're getting freed from that. You're coming into your balance. You're coming into your power. And then the future energies, we have 6 of Fire and 9 of Water. You're going to be recognized, okay? So, and you're going to have your wish fulfilled. So where this connection is going is your person's going to recognize you. They are going to come forward and recognize you physically, mentally, emotionally. They recognize and know that they are your partner. And it's coming into a time of wish fulfillment there for you. So it looks really good, you guys. I'm kind of trying to keep these short. So the connection's good. Allow it to transform. Allow yourself to have your wishes. Okay, so thank you so much. Thank you for liking, sharing, subscribing. Until next time.